Chancellor Timothy P. White visited the CSU East Bay campus this past week as part of the CSU campus tour. Find out what he had to say about his future plans for the CSU system. Coming up next after this short break.
Looking for a place to eat breakfast and lunch, or maybe just a cup of coffee? Look no further. Einstein's Brothers Bagels is here for you. Located between the CSUEB Administration Building and the North Science Building, Einstein's Brothers Bagels has everything you need. Here, you can find salads, sandwiches, specialty coffee, and of course, bagels. In addition to this variety of food, a very friendly staff is there to tend to your every need. Einstein's Brothers Bagels, a rare find on the CSUEB campus.
Newly elected CSU Chancellor Timothy White visited CSUEB as part of his 23 campus-wide tour of all the CSU schools. While here, he held a press conference to introduce himself and talk about the current state of education and his plans for the future of the CSU system.
It really is important to me that I get to know each of the campuses. I want to get a sense of the regional variability. There's a commonality of knowledge and teaching and learning and becoming global citizens and engaging with communities. But there are some differences in the communities, being on large ones and small ones, and being in rural areas and in urban areas. And they really are beacons of hope. I'm concerned deeply about the college going rates in our communities in California. I'm concerned deeply about the gaps that exist in completion rates between people who come here who've had a enriched opportunity with great schools and those who come here without that opportunity. And so this year there will be no tuition increases. Next year, if the governor's budget holds, there'll be no tuition increases. We see the next 10 years, what kind of programs should we build up to be bigger and stronger? Which ones can we leave in the state they're in now? I'm not a big believer in peanut butter. And so, but there's a pressure when you're coming out of a recession that if you have some new resources, then everybody should get something, right? Sort of spread this thing really thin. I guess maybe I'm more of a chunky peanut butter guy, right? And I want to make sure that we put resources into our highest priority needs in order to make a difference for that, while acknowledging and recognizing there's some other needs that didn't get attention this time through. We may not get it right this first year, and we're coming out of a horrible period, and so the needs are real, and there's a lot of them, but we're going to focus on students first.
In addition to assuring the CSU system is doing its best to make positive changes, the most outspoken action was taken by the Chancellor when he electively took a 10% pay cut upon his appointment as Chancellor.
To deliver a message that it's not business as usual is for the person in my job to say, I'm willing to take a pay reduction in order to communicate that we have to do things differently going forward. I won't be supportive of doing that for campus presidents, because when you're a campus president, you are 24/7, 365.
When asked about faculty layoffs and hiring, both the Chancellor and the President spoke.
It's a campus-based decision whether you hire more faculty in Department X or Department Y based on the priorities of the campus. I think you actually have 30
searches going right now for tenure track faculty.
For tenure track faculty. Mm-hmm. So the heterogeneity of society, we have to be able to try and meet as many different types of needs and circumstances as we can. And that's the intellectual challenge, it's the financial challenge, but it's also the beauty of the Cal State University.
Chancellor White's visit to our campus was extra special as he and his son are alumni of Cal State East Bay. When I asked what advice the Chancellor had to give the students as an alumna of the CSUEB campus, he had this to say.
Do good, do well, and open doors for others.
The Chancellor also held a reception for the faculty and staff to get a chance to meet the Chancellor in an open question forum. To find out more about the Chancellor's press conference and for a full video, please visit our website, pioneerwebtv.com.